Welcome to part 4 of my blog. Here it is, very exciting. We're back again. We're still trying to find a sea, but that's all part of it. We still track along the River Thames. So one of the issues we've got with trying to follow the Thames along to the sea is a lot of the area around kind of Gravesend, Northfleet is very industrial. As you can see behind me, the footpath just randomly ends. This is actually the second part. We've come past a lot of industrial stuff, as you saw towards the end of the last vlog. So now we're back on the river, and hopefully we'll be able to track on towards Gravesend. Let's get going. Now, my information gathering for this blog is normally done, I would say, in the 5 minutes I have over breakfast, just before I load my bike in my car in the morning. So I found a quite interesting fact about Gravesend this morning. It's actually where Pocahontas is buried. Now, Disney covered a quite big blockbuster film about Pocahontas. So I'm just going to quickly go over the story now. I think basically Pocahontas was a Latin American princess back in the time when the British were slowly colonising the Americas. There was a Captain John Smith who led a band out to America, and basically had a bit of an argument with the local tribe. Captain John Smith was actually taken captive, and he was going to be clubbed to death on a stone by this big Indian chief. Now, the big Indian chief's daughter was Pocahontas, and she actually jumped on top of Captain John Smith to save his life. Now, the story went on, but the girl basically went away with the English and fell in love with an Englishman, and they lived happily ever after. So now Pocahontas was marrying an Englishman. She actually came back to the UK and visited London, and on her way back to America she actually died of TB. She was only 21, but she actually died on a boat just on the Thames, just about here in Gravesend. And that's the reason she was buried in Gravesend ever after. Probably for a better story than that, you can watch a Disney film. For an even better history lesson, you can probably look it up on Google. But that's my version. So today, around Gravesend, I thought we won't just follow the river path, because although that's quite exciting, we're also going to find Pocahontas' grave. I know it's not quite the plan, but there you go. It's my blog, so I'm just making it up as I go. I hope you enjoy it. As you can see behind me, I'm standing in front of quite a luxurious beach by the side of the River Thames with a few shopping trolleys, if you can spot them. If you look further behind me, across the Thames, you'll see Tilbury Docks. Now, that's actually London's biggest dock. Its main import is newsprint, which comes in from all around the world, which feeds several local paper mills. But more interestingly, it's actually well known to be used as a film set for several big production movies. I think, to name a few, Indiana Jones and Batman Returns. So that's a fact you may not have known. So there you go. Let's carry on and see what else we can find. So, just coming out of Gravesend, we found New Tavern Fort, which is quite an interesting fort. Lots of embankments. As I spin round, it's got this huge gun, which is pointing at Essex by the look of it, but I'm sure it's not meant for Essex. I'm sure it's meant for enemy ships coming up the Thames, but could be useful pointing at Essex, you never know. Okay, onwards we go. So just found a nice little riverside park in Gravesend behind me. As you can see, it all looks very new with a nice, it's almost a nice beach area. As I pan around, there's lots of small boats out to sea. Quite exciting. and the Gravesend Sailing Club is just ahead of us, where we're heading past next. So here we are, just after 5 minutes of searching. I have found the resting place of Pocahontas, as you see by the statue behind me. It is right in front of St George's Church in Gravesend. So there you go. We better go and find the river. As you can see, we're just coming out of Gravesend. I found a quite nice jetty to drive down. I'm being quite careful not to drop anything because we're above the water here. I don't know if I can just show you over the edge. Well, let's just hope my phone doesn't fall out. There you go, that's as far as I dare go. But as I pan round, you can see quite a few nice boats behind me. And next week we'll be heading on towards the Isle of Grain, which is in that direction. Anyway, thanks for joining us for part 4. I'll see you next week.